Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jamie here, and today I'm going to be talking about 3 very powerful questions you need to start adding to your sales repertoire if you're a high-ticket affiliate marketer, a coach, or a consultant, basically anyone that is selling high-ticket products. Now, before I get into that, if this is the first time here, I'd like to say a very warm welcome to you. My name is Jamie Gardner. I'm a full-time coach and affiliate marketer, and this is me just documenting the last 10 plus years I've been online. If you'd like to stick around, I'd love to invite you to do so. Feel free to hit the subscribe button below, stay up to date with all the videos and stuff I'm going to be putting out. Right, with all that being said, what are these 3 magic questions? So we're going to go to the very start of the sales call at this stage, and this is going to be regardless of whether you're on Zoom or you're on a call or face-to-face meeting, would do the same thing. And quite simply, what you're trying to do is actually future pace the person and get them to tell you in advance what they actually want and need, right? And so it's really, really powerful. So the question is quite simply, if I was to offer you the perfect coaching or perfect service or perfect whatever, how does that look like for you? And you go silent, you let them think over things, and they will inherently tell you what they need. Well, if we need a ton of support, and we need to have guaranteed results, or we need to make sure that XYZ is included as well, and I want this snazzy bonus, and I want a diamond ring and a Rolex watch and a Ferrari, all that type of stuff. And of course, not all of it you're going to be able to provide, but what it does give you is a bit of an insight as to what exactly they need. Now, imagine how much more powerful it is for you to cater the rest of the conversation if you're actually knowing in advance what it is that they want out of that process, or what it is that they need in order to get their problem solved. So it's really, really powerful. Now, I'd encourage you to play around with the wording with that. That is just a one way to put it, but essentially it is whatever your service is or the reason why they're actually on the call. So tell me, what does the perfect coaching offer look like? What does the perfect solution look like? Whatever the words feel comfortable for you, I would highly encourage you to go and say those and see how it feels and see what feedback you actually get. Because guaranteed, if you're speaking to a multitude of people and one person's experiencing a similar frustration or pain point, guaranteed there's going to be other people that have that same feeling as well. You can actually start to build a bit of a repertoire and start to reframe your actual offer itself to fit that person, especially if you're doing something that is kind of bespoke, such as a bespoke coaching offer, for example. Right, so number 2. So this one is more related to their level of commitment, both to themselves and actually fulfilling their goals. And what you want to ask is, hey, tell me, what would your life be like if you're in the exact same place you are now in 6 months' time? And again, key to this is being silent after you've actually asked that. You let them digest, you let them process. And a lot of the time you're going to get, oh, well, I wouldn't be satisfied. Because then you're bringing the reality of what their current situation, their current frustrations are to the surface. And what that's going to do is allow them to think, well, yeah, okay, in 6 months' time, if I'm still in the same place, things aren't going to work that well, right? And so what that means is that you purely just by asking this one question, you're actually creating a sense of urgency. And it's no false scarcity, false urgency, anything like that. Hey, I'm running out of hard drive space, I need to get rid of all these PDFs. There's nothing like that. It means that they have actually developed their own sense of scarcity, and they've actually developed that. So if you throw that in there somewhere, what it's going to do is allow them, like I say, to future pace, and also mean that they're actually building themselves up to that sense of urgency, because they realize, well, hang on, if I don't make a move now to solve these problems or get help with these problems, I'm going to be stuck in the same place. Ugh. And that is exactly what they do not want. So try throwing that one out. It is a very, very powerful one. Once again, is what would it look like, or what would it feel like if your life was in the same place that it is now in 6 months' time? Right? Super, super powerful. Right, and number 1. So this one addresses the budget issue, and a lot of the time people are unsure whether or not someone actually has the budget in order to jump into their high ticket programs. And of course, you can have applications prior to actually getting on the call, which of course is going to elevate the close rate for your calls as well. However, in this situation, what you can actually ask in a very diplomatic way is quite simply say, well, are you wanting to do this full time? Are you wanting to become a full-time affiliate marketer? And more often than not, if people have gone to the extent of jumping on a sales call with you, they would likely to say, yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah, that's my goal over the next 3 to 6 months or whatever. Cool, okay. And what type of revenue are we looking at in order to achieve that? How much revenue would you need for your business to produce in order to go and get those results? in order to be able to leave your job? Right? And I understand it's actually technically two questions, but it's a bridge, right? And so there's an argument whether you should be diplomatic like that. That's what's worked really well for me. I also know other salespeople are quite literally out there. What's your budget? Where do you want to be? How much are you wanting to earn? How much are you earning from your job? I don't think there's a right or wrong answer when it comes to that. Some people say that it's actually more refreshing the other way. I personally like to keep it very conversational. So if I'm asking that, like, hey, well, what are we up to in 6 months' time? You doing this full time, or is this just a kind of like a part-time gig? And of course, like I say, the majority of the time they're going to say, yeah, I want to do this full time. I want to retire. Cool. And how much revenue do you need in order to facilitate that? And they'll go, yeah, 5K a month. Very sweet. Okay, no worries at all. And so you can understand purely from them saying that they are committed to it. They do want to get that cash flow in their business in order to grow and start leaving their jobs, all that type of stuff. But what it also does is you can start to make some pretty accurate assumptions. If someone says, well, I'm making 10K a month now, and hopefully be replacing that in the next 3 to 6 months, and you say, hey, sweet, you can make a pretty accurate assumption. If someone has $120,000 per year income, they should, in theory, be able to invest in the growth of their own business. Now, this is not always the case. I understand that. There's, like life gets in the way. There's family issues. There's family commitments, I should say, and probably issues as well. Who knows? There's debt. There's mortgages, etc., etc., etc. Car payments if you got that type of stuff as well. And I understand all that, but it does give you a pretty accurate assumption based on that. So there we go. Those are the 3 powerful questions that you can start adding to your arsenal in order to start closing more high ticket sales. Hope this helps, guys. Feel free to drop a comment if you've got any more, if there's anything else you'd like to learn. I look forward to catching up with you in the next video. Thanks very much.